Play this. Science.
I think we've got Nick down for that one.
Yeah.
The design engineer.
I'm earmarked for that one for some reason.
All right, Nick. Who would you like to play?
What do we think, guys? Is
Either Judith or CJ, I think.
we'll try Judith. I think CJ's got the eye of the tiger today. So try Judith.
The eye of the tiger. Nice twitch there, CJ. OK, it's going to be Judith then, is it for you, Nick?
Yep.
Let's have Nick and Judith into the question room then, just to make sure you can't confer with your teammates. Right then, Nick, we always let the challengers choose. Do you want to start or let Judith begin?
Judith can go first, thanks.
All right then, Nick. Judith, your question then. What name is given to a small text file stored on a person's computer that enables websites to identify the user? Candy, chocolate or cookie?
I think that's known as a cookie.
Cookie is correct, Judith. Good start. OK, Nick, your first question. The zoologist Jane Goodall's pioneering work in the study of animal behaviour centred on which creatures? Chimpanzees, snakes or hippopotamuses?
I would imagine that the most useful one of those animals to study would be the chimpanzee, so I will go for chimpanzees.
OK, chimpanzees there. And landing it, that's the right answer. Well done, Nick. Judith, what type of creature is a civet? A mammal, a fish or a snake? What type of creature is a civet?
I think it's a kind of cat. It's a mammal.
OK. A mammal is correct, Judith. So back to you, Nick. Second question for you. What is the smallest and yet one of the most distinctive constellations in the sky? Is it Delphinus, Equilaeus or Crux?
Well, I have been reading a book on astrological matters, but it's going to have to be a guess, this one. The only one that I can recall reading about was Aquilaeus, so I shall guess at that.
OK. Aquilaeus. Smallest yet one of the most distinctive constellations in the sky is Crux. Crux.
Sorry, guys.
So nothing there. Well, just got to hope Judith gets this wrong, and if she does, you'll have a chance to level it. Judith, which English scientist born in 1766 and considered by some to be the father of both meteorology and chemistry was a pioneer in the development of modern atomic theory? William Nicol, Isaac Newton or John Dalton?
Well, I don't think it was Isaac Newton. I think it might be John Dalton.
OK, the man thought to be the father of both meteorology and chemistry and a pioneer in the development of modern atomic theory is John Dalton. It's correct, Judith. Nick, afraid you won't be playing for the £12,000 today. Would you both please come back and join your teams? Well, the Eggheads have scored first, knocked Nick out of the final round. We play another head-to-head then, and it's arts and books now, Blue Vibe. Who'd like to play this? Arts and books.
Let's take it on, Mike.
I'll take it.
You fancy it? Give it a go.
Best for that,
You are our man for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that, please.
OK, Mike, which Egghead would you like to play? Can't be Judith, one of the other four.
I'll take Kevin.
Why not?
I'll get Kevin, please.
OK, Mike. Why not, I heard Jonathan say. Let's have Mike and Kevin heading for the question room then, please. OK, Mike, I think you know the scale of the task in front of you. Just let me tell you Kevin's record in this category, arts and books. Played 29 times during the course of Eggheads and lost 2. Let's make it 3, shall we, Mike? Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second, please, Dermot.
Second again. Didn't work for Nick. Let's see if it works for you, Mike. Your first question then, Kevin. To which family does Juliet belong in Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet? Mercutio, Benvolio or Capulet? To which family does Juliet belong in Shakespeare's play Romeo and Juliet?
She's Juliet Capulet. So.
Capulet? It is the right answer, Kevin. So over to you, Mike, for your first question. In which field of the arts was Cecil Beaton a famous name? Photography, music or poetry? In which field of the arts was Cecil Beaton a famous name?
Cecil Beaton was a pretty hot photographer. It's photography.
Cecil Beaton, photography is correct, Mike. Well done. Kevin, which Scottish author wrote the novel Trainspotting, which was later turned into a film starring Ewan McGregor? A.J. Cronin, Irvine Welsh or Ian Banks?
That was Irvine Welsh.
Irvin Welsh is correct, Kevin. OK, Mike. Which Jane Austen novel begins with a line describing the central character as handsome, clever and rich, with a comfortable home and a happy disposition? Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion or Emma?
It smacks a bit of Persuasion, Sir Walter Kellynch of Kellynch Hall. Except, don't think he was particularly clever. He was a bit of a twit. Can I have the line again, please?
Of course. Here you go, Mike. I'll read the whole question, just to keep it in context. Which Jane Austen novel begins with a line describing the central character as handsome, clever and rich, with a comfortable home and happy disposition?
Well, Walter Kellynch isn't the central character of Persuasion. So I'll rule that one out. Handsome, clever and rich. That could be Mr. Darcy. I'll have to go with Pride and Prejudice.
OK, handsome, clever and rich, with a comfortable home and happy disposition. Pride and Prejudice. It's Emma. Kevin, do you know who the character is?
It's Emma herself, Emma
right.
Woodhouse, because she's in a very comfortable position, but she starts to interfere in other people's lives, and that's why. But she comes from a wealthy family, so it's using the term handsome for a woman in this particular instance.
It kind of puts you off the scent a bit, doesn't it, that? Certainly in the modern-day context. So there we are, nothing for you, Mike, which means much the same as Nick's experience in the first round. Got to sweat out the next question and hope that the Egghead gets it wrong, this Egghead being Kevin. Kevin, Jules Verne's Phileas Fogg bet the members of which club that he could travel around the world in 80 days? The Reform Club, the Garrick Club or the Hurlingham Club?
Yeah, and I believe it was the start and end point of his journey as well. It was the Reform Club.
Phileas Fogg departed from the Reform Club. It's the right answer, Kevin. It has followed exactly the same pattern as the first round. It means, Kevin, you're through to the final round, and Mike, you won't be playing for the money today. Would you both please come back and join your teams? I can see you thinking, Blue Vibe. I like the strategy. Of course, it doesn't work if you get that second one wrong. Always leaves the Egghead well in the lead there. And they haven't done this essential bit of strategy, which is slip up on one of their questions early to turn the advantage round. I don't know which way you're going to play this next category. Let me tell you what it is, first of all, and who's going to play it, and then you can decide. It is sports, which I guess many of you are looking forward to. Those eligible to play are Jonathan, Paul and Ronnie.
Is it you, Ron, is it? Is it you, John?
Do you want to take it? I think so, yeah. Is that
Feel
all right?
free, mate. Yeah.
It's going to be me.
OK, Jonathan, who would you like to play from the Eggheads? Kevin and Judith have played, so you have CJ, Daphne or Chris.
I'll take Daphne on.
OK. And I'd ask you both to go to the question room now, please. OK, Jonathan, which way are you going to play this? Do you want the first set of questions or the second set?
I'll change the way we've been going and I'll go first, please.
Was it the plan to always go second, Jonathan, before you came in?
Not really, no. The plan was to try and beat the big people early. It's not quite gone to plan, but, you know, there's time to turn it around.
Absolutely. Stole the words from my mouth there. OK, Jonathan, you're kicking off then. It's sport. This is your question. A triple Lutz and a double axel are moves in which winter sport? Ice skating, tobogganing or ski jumping? A triple Lutz and a double axel are moves in which winter sport?
I'd quite like to see them try doing it in ski jumping, but I think it's ice skating.
It might make it a bit more interesting, wouldn't it? Ice skating is the right answer. Good start. Good solid start from Jonathan. Daphne, in which sport might a sand wedge be used? Long jump, gymnastics or golf?
I think that's probably golf, damn it.
Probably. Are you a bit uncertain?
No,
Yes, it is golf, a sand wedge. OK, eased you both in there. Jonathan, second question. In 1976, which Cuban became the first athlete to win the gold medal in both the 400 and 800 metres in a single Olympics? Is it Joaquin Cruz, Aguilmis Rojas or Alberto Guantarina?
OK, well, this is going to have to be a complete guess. I don't know much about athletics at that period. So I'm really just looking for the most Cuban-sounding name that I think it might be. And on that basis, we'll go for Alberto Wantarina.
Wantarina, it's the right answer. Well done, Jonathan. And we were mentioning the great David Coleman a while back, weren't we, in a previous one? There was a very memorable Coleman balls about Wantarina. Does anyone remember it?
Wantarina opens his legs and shows his class.
Yes, that's it. Yes. And with no further comments, we'll move on to a second question for Daphne. Daphne, in August 2007, which Manchester United player announced his retirement from the club after 11 years? Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? In August 2007, which Manchester United player announced his retirement from the club after 11 years?
Well, I can't pronounce it, but it's a third one long, Dermot. Ole.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yes.
It is, that's the right answer. Not sure whether you would have liked that question or not, Blue Vi. Sure you knew it anyway.
I've never heard of any of them.
Never heard of any of them. OK, then. You're going well then, Jonathan. This might win it for you if you get this. Jonathan, the former West Indies cricket captain, Viv Richards, played for more than 10 years for which county team? Somerset, Lancashire or Hampshire?
Well, he famously played with Ian Botham at Somerset.
No hesitation. The right answer as well. Viv Richards, 10 years at Somerset and more. OK, got to get this then, Daphne. Which Spanish city was the host of Sailing's America's Cup in 2007? Marbella, Valencia or Barcelona? Which Spanish city was the host of Sailing's America's Cup in 2007?
That's Valencia. Oh.
Yeah, it is the right answer, Valencia, the host city of the America's Cup in 2007. So for the first time in the game, Jonathan, we move to sudden death. You've both got through your 3 questions. We remove the multiple choice element, and as I said, sudden death. So can you just tell me this? Who became the manager of Blackburn Rovers in 2004? Who became the manager of Blackburn Rovers in 2004?
I suspect he's... well, I think he's still there. Mark Hughes.
Nice question for a football fan. It's the right answer. Yes, Mark Hughes, manager of Blackburn Rovers. OK, Daphne, the term rope-a-dope derives from a strategy used in which sport? The term rope-a-dope derives from a strategy used in which sport?
I think Muhammad Ali sort of coined it, didn't he? You got the dope on the ropes, so it's boxing.
Yeah, you're right, and the explanation as well, used by Muhammad Ali in 1974 in the Rumble in the Jungle when he fought George Foreman. Stayed on the ropes as George Foreman hit him, basically, didn't he? Kind of covered himself up. George Foreman tired himself out. So there we are, rope-a-dope, boxing. OK, back to you then, Jonathan. Another sudden death question. Adam Whitehead and Mark Foster have represented Great Britain in which sport?
Well, I've never heard of Adam Whitehead, but I think Mark Foster was a 50-metre freestyle swimmer. So, swimming.
Swimming? OK, it's the right answer. Well done, Jonathan. You really know your onions. OK, Daphne, to stay in it again. Who rode Grittar to triumph in the 1982 Grand National, in the process becoming the oldest man to win the prestigious title? Who rode Grittar to triumph in the 1982 Grand National, and in the process becoming the oldest man to win the prestigious title?
Oh, no, sorry, Demo, it won't come. The minute you say it, I shall remember it, but it's a pass.
Is this one you did know? You have...
I should have remembered it, but I can't. No, sorry, it just won't come.
OK. Accepting your pass, then, so no further offerings accepted from you, Daphne. Can any one of the other eggheads tell me this?
His first name was Dick.
Well, we're getting Dick from there and Saunders from there. It's Dick Saunders between you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick Saunders, apparently his one and only ride in the Grand National, and he was aged...
Just over 50, was it?
No, 48. 48 at the time. Well, that's given Jonathan time as we discuss the ins and outs of that question, given Jonathan time to ponder how he's going to handle the final round, because you're going to appear in it, Jonathan. Daphne won't be. Would you both please come back and join your teams?